I'm Jedediah Coley, class of 95 here at Loveland High School. I'm a social studies teacher, so I teach IB History of America's junior and senior level, AP Microeconomics and Principles of Economics. It really did just fall into place for me here. You know, I had no intentions of really coming back to Loveland High. It just almost pushed me. I was almost pushed there. And I was actually just randomly placed here at Loveland High for my professional development. And then I was brought in the next semester to do my my student teaching. They placed me here under the social studies department. What has changed is how technology has provided a variety of learning styles, outlets, that now it's, you know, analysis of education, how do things happen rather than what exactly, you know, what is it? Give me a date, give me a name, you know, done. Now it's like, well, okay, great, that's fantastic, but how did this even happen, and why is it even important? Like, why would this apply to something that's happening in the news today? Wow, that's a little different than what I was, you know, had then. The labyrinth of the hallways have always been there. You know, when I graduated, we had 1,900 kids in the school. Now it's maxed out at 1,600. So there were 300 more bodies in Loveland High School back 25 years ago, before Mountain View was built. So, getting through those halls were a lot more hard to navigate through. So we, you know, it's just like today, you know, getting through that main hall, you know, crossword, everything is almost eerily the same. You know, you see some of the floors have been redone, some paint has been applied to, the lockers were gray back then, now they're red. But for the most part, for the shell, the labyrinth of the hallways, everything that's going on, it's all been the same, except classrooms just hopping back and forth. As an educator, you're constantly thinking about why do you do the things you do. You could ask a teacher, well, I do it for the kids, I love kids, I do it obviously for the extravagant pay or whatever, that joke, but really the thing is if you understand as an educator that you are giving access to kids to open their minds and create things, foster ingenuity, themselves become pioneers in certain sectors of business or government. If you allow your student to expand on why this is important to the real world, and then they go on to become something much bigger than, let's say more successful in politics or business than let's say I was able to do, you're giving a raise in all around standard of living, community, wealth, access to good education, access to services, goods and services. You're providing your community with with a brighter future. And it's a weird thing to go into a business and say, what's the value of this on a daily basis? Sometimes as a teacher, you know, you can go home frustrated or whatever at an incident that occurred in your classroom or whatever, but at the end of the day, you know that for 90%, 95% of that day, you were allowing kids to learn one thing that they didn't know yesterday. And as long as you keep a trend of that, your overall outcome is that you are creating something more for your community. You know, it will come back to you. One day I'll be retired, I'll be sitting around hoping that the next generation that I taught will create the next big business that will make us all more, you know, happy. It doesn't mean money, but just happy, comfortable.